Hello, this is Diana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I am helping you break through your barriers and transcend any limitations you may have. If that sounds good to you, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. So today's weekly intuitive message is, what worked for you in the past may not be in alignment with where you want to go in the future or where you want to be in the present moment. Now more than ever, with this whole frequency shift that's going on the planet, with all the changes that are going on a global level and on an individual level within yourself, you're going to see that the things you used to do maybe don't fulfill you anymore, maybe don't make you feel good. Things you used to do for entertainment and fun, it could be routines you used to have. It could be people you're hanging out with. So you're evolving. Someone else is evolving. Everyone's changing. Well, I want to say everyone's evolving because there's some people that might be going more backwards. It can be all part of the evolution process because sometimes you have to go backwards and you have to learn these difficult lessons and maybe feel pain and suffering sometimes to evolve and to change, right? It's all a dance, right? So for me, for example, things that I used to do for fun or entertainment, or even things that I used to like to eat, maybe a certain thought process I have, certain little like daily routines that I do, right? Some of them just aren't serving me anymore. They aren't resonating with me anymore. They aren't in alignment. And that's okay. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, right? And as someone that was an addict, I know all about that, going in loops and cycles of self-destruction, of self-sabotage. And that might mean that everything in your life is falling apart. But I always say breakdowns equal breakthroughs. And sometimes that's what's needed. When you have all these things in your life that aren't in alignment with where your life wants to go, with your highest self, best self, your optimal timeline, everything that isn't is going to come to your awareness, especially when you are on a healing journey, when you are evolving, when you're doing things to improve yourself on a daily basis, you're trying to make positive changes, it's going to be very apparent what's not in alignment with those changes, right? And it can be a tough pill to swallow because sometimes we think we have all the answers, or maybe what you're doing was working before, or you did feel fulfilled or happy or felt pretty good, but now it's not. And it doesn't always mean that everything you were doing was bad before, because sometimes there are even things you're doing to heal and improve yourself that you were doing before, and now it's like, I think I'm ready to do something else, or maybe this isn't really fitting me. Maybe it served its purpose, it did what it was supposed to do, and it helped me get to this point, or it helped me get past this, or overcome this struggle, but it doesn't really resonate with where I want to go now, and that's okay. It's all about being open to changes, doing things that are outside of your comfort zone, doing things that are maybe not what the majority of society is doing things that people might not understand, that maybe you don't even understand. But it's about going within, following that intuition, those intuitive nudges, and kind of paying attention to how you feel after you do these certain things, after you interact with these people. For me, something else that has come up also is the pace I was doing things at. So I've always been a person that has a lot of energy. I'm on the go. You see me post a lot of videos, right? I do a lot of content. I'm also working a job too. I have a lot of things I'm balancing in my life, things that I'm working on, projects I'm working on. I have a lot I'm doing, right? And part of what I'm seeing isn't working is the pace I was going at. Like full speed, doing, always busy, right? That's not really working for me anymore. Now, while it has gotten me ahead in life and it given me a jump start to where I need to go, and I've had success doing that, but I've also had a lot of burnout and negative effects on my mental health, on my emotional well-being, and even my physical health sometimes. You feel tired, exhausted, like maybe you're always in a rush to get everything done. And part of what I'm learning is to be too, is, that's the old paradigm, right? Doing, being busy all the time, but also being and enjoying life and slowing down to enjoy life more and be more present. And sometimes you see more opportunities and more clarity when you slow down a little bit. Sometimes that go response, because sometimes we get trauma response. Maybe we were in survival mode for a while, like I was. Survival mode could be just like you were in environments that you didn't feel like either physically safe or emotionally safe, or like you had to do a lot to get out of that environment. Maybe you're in a toxic environment, maybe you're overcoming, like for me it was addictions and habits and stuff, and situations that weren't the healthiest for me. And in order for me to get out of there, I had to go within myself, do some inner work, right, to get out of situations that weren't good for my well-being on multiple levels. It could also be like moving somewhere. I went to move to the mountains to get away from certain things. And remember, you take yourself with you wherever you go, but sometimes you need to make changes that people aren't going to understand, aren't going to approve, and you have to do what's best for you. Sometimes, you have to prioritize your well-being. And if certain things aren't vibing with you anymore, certain things aren't making you feel good, certain things just you aren't feeling fulfilled in doing anymore. Could even be maybe you thought something was your life purpose, or be a business venture, right? It could be hobby or something. It's just like it's not giving you the same feeling anymore. You don't feel inspired to do it anymore. So we have to be willing to maybe let go of things that don't inspire us. If you're constantly doing things in your life that aren't inspiring you, that make you miserable, and you're not making any changes and you're feeling like that all the time, we have to take responsibility and be willing to make changes, be willing to pivot, be willing to shift. Life's all about changing and shifting and evolving. Don't be afraid to do something different. Maybe that little thing, it seems little, but maybe it's really not, is going to propel you forward. It's going to give you different perspectives on things. Maybe it's going to open doors that weren't open before. Maybe it's going to introduce you to different people or new opportunities, or just a different way of being, a different way of living, right? Even me going to holistic rehab after I went through all my addiction stuff, that was a huge life change. I didn't go there like all willing to do it, but I knew that I was miserable, and my life probably wasn't going to go on much longer the way it was going. I took that little step. I guess it was a big step, but that changed everything. Learned how to live a healthier lifestyle, healing from a holistic perspective, your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of yourself, having a whole lifestyle change. I felt better and healthier enough to even make content. That's why I started making content and stuff. So you never know what doors like these little changes can open for you. So make the changes as needed. It's okay to change as much as you need to, and don't worry about other people's opinions, or even if it scares you a little bit, makes you feel a little uncomfortable, because that's what's needed sometimes to evolve and to become our best version and shift to our optimal timeline. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I also offer intuitive transformational coaching. If you need intuitive guidance and motivation to support you on your healing, spiritual, and or self-improvement journey, my contact information is in this video description as well. Have a good day. Namaste.